Hey everyone, happy Tuesday. Let me just get in my seat. I purposely wanted you guys to see. I'm so super excited, and I'm gonna get into that first. But first, happy Tuesday. Oh my God, I almost said happy Monday. It's totally not Monday, it's Tuesday. Welcome. I hope everybody had a good week and good weekend. I wanted to first start off by giving a huge thank you to the person who actually, and I'll tell you who it is in a little bit, but um, through my 2 years on YouTube, I've I've met some amazing people, and this person is just went up and beyond. And I feel like I just give you guys this is what I do every day. I give you how much I make. I give you guys what happens my day. Sometimes it is boring as all heck, and I try to make it exciting. Sometimes there's really nothing really exciting going on. But I try to show you my day and my kindness, hence kindness is always free. And I feel like I'm never deserving of somebody's kindness that does something like this. So with that being said, thank you, Gary from Middleton Technologies, for this amazing sign, my motto. And I really just can't thank you enough. And I am so humbled for you, first of all, thinking of me, and really, I feel like I'm speechless, and I feel like my words aren't doing it justice. So if you guys don't know who Gary is, I feel like a lot of us know who Gary is, but Gary from Middleton Technology brings us and is so super smart and innovative, and has brought easiness to our lives as gig workers by having apps such as and Maximo. So if you guys don't know what that is, go to garysapps.com and check out this brilliant person and what he has done for the gig community. So thank you, Gary, from the bottom of my heart. I really do appreciate it. So yeah, no Christmas tree today because I had to show off my fantastic sign. And when he said last week, that whatever he was sending me wasn't going to go with my Christmas tree, I think it just enhanced it. So thank you, Gary. I really appreciate it. So let me say hi quickly to everybody who is here so far. So hey, DoorDash Rick, how are you? Christopher, what's going on? Thomas, how are you? Gary, hi, how are you? I'm so glad you're here tonight. Hey, oh, sorry, I'm kind of going down the list. Hey, Josh, how are you? Anthony, what's going on? Bud Soda, how are you, my friend? Hey, Steve, what's going on? Truth be told, I am good. How are you? Latoya, how are you? RJ, what's going on? So let me just go back because I feel like there's a couple things that I need to point out before we kind of get rocking and rolling and get our night started. So DoorDash Rick, you are just too kind. Thank you so much. Much respect to him for your hustle. You don't give your opinion, you just give facts, and great example of great leader in the gig community. Well, thank you. I truly appreciate that. And no, we are back in the dungeon. It is not a dungeon. It is just a little space in my house, but it is not a dungeon. And the sign has made it absolutely fantastic. So I'll show off my dungeon anytime. Sorry, I feel like there was something else here. I am good. Help me with health insurance. I am probably the wrong person to ask of that. I am very fortunate that I am on my husband's health insurance. So I'm probably not the best person to ask advice on health insurance, but I do know that I think DoorDash and also Grubhub, and I believe Uber Eats as well, has Stride, and they started open enrollment. I have not looked into it. I don't know what it entails, but it just might be something you might want to look into, because I know that they started open enrollment already. So yeah, Gary's apps are absolutely amazing. So Duh has literally transformed my DoorDash experience even better. So I really, definitely go check them out, especially if you are an Android user. They filter out some of the orders and so many more things that go with the apps, but definitely go check them out. Sorry, Christopher. I'm working on it. I'm working on getting a way for you guys to send me things. So bear with me. I actually took your advice last week and I didn't get too far, but I know a couple of you guys asked me for a wish list from Amazon. So I am working on a wish list for Amazon for you guys as well, because I know a couple of you guys asked me of that last week. So I'm working on it. I know the holidays is coming soon, and I am freezing too. I'm pretty sure there's probably a lot of you guys who have seen snow. We have not seen snow yet, but I literally, yeah, I do need to get a P.O. box. And when I do get a P.O. box, I looked into a P.O. box for my immediate town and they were all full. So I have to actually do research in kind of surrounding towns. I've never heard of P.O. boxes being full, but mine had a full P.O. box. So I will definitely I'm looking into it. I want to. They also go by like sizes, and I feel like I'm clueless because I don't even know what size to really go by. So hang tight with me. Yeah, hang tight with me. I promise I will get you a wish list, and I will try to get you a PO box shortly, so that way if you guys want to send me something, you really can. Oh, you got real snow today. So yeah, so I feel like here we've been I feel like it's like weather whiplash. So over the weekend, we were in the 70s in November, which to me, it's like absolutely nutty. And it was like the high 70s too. Like I probably could have like broken out like the short sleeve t-shirts all again, but I didn't. And then it just started going down. I think it was like, it went from like 71 to 51. It was last night when I was out there, I think it was 39 degrees, 38 degrees. It's getting cold. So winter is coming, I guess, fortunately or unfortunately, depending on whether you love it or you don't love it. I don't know. I personally, I am totally not a winter person at all. I give me the beach weather just because I'm literally 10 minutes away from the beach. Give me beach weather, give me a nice 70 to 80 degree day, and like that's my happy place. I'm okay with weather until it gets to like 30 degrees. Anything under 30 degrees, I'm like, no, man, not happening today. I had a really hard time last year when it went into like the single digits and zeros. I didn't feel like going out. And you're getting your snowboards ready, Steve. I wish I knew how to snowboard. I'm just not coordinated enough at all to ski or snowboard. Knowing me, I would break a leg, break an ankle. I would break something. I'm probably one of the least athletic people there is, and it's actually have a funny funny story about that, which I could go into. But Thomas, you love the snow. I think it looks pretty as long as I'm inside. Yeah, so it was 39 degrees in Mount Laurel this morning, huh? Oh, you're in Mount Laurel. Truth be told, I don't think I ever knew you were in Mount Laurel. That's actually pretty cool. I used to work around there a couple of years ago, so I actually know your area pretty well. But yeah, so a couple of years ago, after I had my daughter, I wanted to lose the baby weight, and I started like really working out. And my husband used to be a personal trainer, and he's like, okay, so what sports do you know? And I'm like, I don't. He's like, no. So what did you play in high school? I said, I don't think you understand. Like, I was like the last to be picked for everything in school. So I am literally like the least coordinated sports person. I love watching sports. I love knowing about sports, but me personally, uh, I am not an athletic person. You got to know, you got to know your strengths and opportunities. That is definitely one of my opportunities that I have. And just real quick, so Christopher, I started right before, sorry, um, right before I got on. I barely started reading through it, but the article you sent me, but I will read it as soon as I get off of this live tonight because it sounds really interesting. Because I think what you were texting me is what I read so far is that DoorDash is putting some safety features in. Is it in the app, Christopher, if I'm not mistaken? Um, and they were doing um, and I don't know. I have to read through the whole entire article. I think you were saying that DoorDash was doing a whole bunch of safety features, but just real quick, going back to the personal training thing, guys, don't do what I do. I am not a personal trainer. I am not a fitness person. I feel like I always have to put that that disclaimer out there. Just be careful. Go at your own risk. And like I said, never do what I do. I just tell you what I do. But anyway. So anyway, yes, it's in the app. So I think one of the features, which I hadn't read through yet, they were telling customers to put on your porch lights, which I think is probably one of like my worst, my best. It's a pet peeve of mine. I think it's one of my biggest pet peeve of mine. So anyway, okay, so let's really get into tonight. I'll be honest, I have a couple things to talk about tonight, but we're kind of go wherever the night kind of leads us. I have a couple of topics, but other than that, so feel free to ask me any questions as the night's kind of going along. I will try to answer them and get to as many questions as I possibly can as we do this tonight. So hey, Tony, how are you? Welcome. So who's ready for the holiday season? Like, I literally can't believe that we're less than 2 weeks away from Thanksgiving. Can you guys believe it? Are you guys ready for the holidays? Like, give me a thumbs up if you are, or like a thumbs down if you're not. I'm just curious because I feel like it's like literally approaching us like really quickly. Hey, Marion, how are you? Hey, Rodney, how are you? Anybody ready for the holiday season? I am. I feel like I'm like to me. I feel like Christmas is 365 days a year if I could have it, but that's not really the case. The reason why I'm asking is because see, Tony's ready for the holiday season. We talk about a lot of things going into the holiday. Hey, Judy, welcome to the channel. I really appreciate you being here. We have a whole bunch of fantastic people in the chat today, so definitely feel welcome and feel free to share as we're going along. I feel like we prepare every day, but being prepared for the holiday season, I feel like sometimes means a little different to us gig workers when it's related. So Anthony, you're ready. You see, there's some ready people out there. I feel like we always have sometimes a preconceived notion that the holidays are coming, it's going to get busier, you're going to see more orders. And I don't know about you guys, but I feel like the orders are there. They're just not as plentiful as they have been in the past week. Like this past week that we just went through, like I feel like it was a really slow week. And, in New Jersey, we actually, we had what's called teachers conventions and also like teacher conferences last week. So it was like my daughter had a 4-day weekend, and hey, Insta Poppy, how are you? See, there's a whole bunch of people ready for the holidays. So it was a 4-day weekend. So I thought actually the weekend was going to be busy, and because of kids being off from school, parents being off from school, and that wasn't really the case. Like Friday was a good day for me. Saturday, like I barely made my goal on Saturday. So I don't know. I feel like it was very up and down over the weekend, but I don't know whether people are saving for the upcoming holiday, coming up. God, we're less than 2 weeks away from Thanksgiving. So just like speculation of, kind of what's going on or what's not going on, I should say. But yeah, it's coming quickly. Don't be afraid of legwork with Shop and Pays. Love it. Last Christmas week, the military was very good to me. So, but Soda, I think that is a good point. I really think, and it's just a hunch. I really think that, as we're kind of going into the holidays and we're a lot more comfortable being out, each year that we kind of get further into it, like I really think that shop and deliver, shop and pays, anything dealing with retail, even pickups, I think it's going to be a good moneymaker for us this holiday season, whether it's, Shipt, Walmart Spark, even, trying to think, DoorDash, they have Macy's. I'm trying to think who else, but there's Uber Eats. I feel like there's a lot of stuff that a lot of retailers that are using these companies that are really going to be providing us really good orders for this holiday season. So I say be on the lookout. If you haven't done it already, expand your horizons a little bit, just to maybe even try new things, just to see whether it actually brings you some extra income coming into the next couple weeks. I just got new tires. Nice. You're ready. You're ready. I got new tires a couple of weeks ago. I wanted to make sure the winter I was ready to go for the snow. It's always a good feeling when you actually put something, as far as tires are concerned, into your car. But I did that a couple of weeks ago. So good for you. Um, So, Anthony, I know you got onto Spark last week. Hopefully, you had I think you said you were going to do it this weekend. So, I hope you had a good weekend. So, if you're not signed up for some of these, even delivery apps, some of these grocery apps, just might be something that you think about, even if there's a wait list, just because it could be something that could make you money, going into at least the last 4 weeks of the year. And I know a lot of these apps are running different incentives for, signing up. Spark is probably in my opinion, one of the best apps out there that actually give you some really good incentives for when you first start Spark. I feel like at this point, a lot of these companies are giving a lot of peak pays, a lot of incentives, bonuses, quests, whatever the lingo is for each one of these apps. I've seen a lot more. I mean, Walmart were in deals for days. I took advantage of one last week. My week is kind of jam packed this week, so I don't know whether I'm going to, you know, be in to completing a 2-day stint with Spark, or kind of going crazy with just 1 day of Spark. I don't know. We'll kind of see as my week unfolds. But I know Shipt has had a bonus every single day, and DoorDash. I didn't go out tonight, but there was even a peak pay on a Tuesday in my area for DoorDash. I'm like, I can't tell you the last time I actually saw a peak pay in my area for DoorDash during the weekday, which I actually thought was very interesting. I did not pick up, Josh. I did not pick up one TV last week. I was actually patting myself on the back. Granted, I didn't pick them up just because I didn't think a 55-inch TV was actually going to fit in my car, so I didn't even attempt it. But I actually saw somebody with a car close or similar to my size, and they got it in there. They were just bungee cording the heck out of their car, but they were determined to get it. Yes, the Dr. Pepper fridge replaced the Christmas tree. Maybe I'll go back and forth. I had to show off my fantastic new sign, so I might go back and forth because I feel like I'm obsessed with this right now. So I guess my thing is, and I said this, I think it was in yesterday's or this morning's video, because there was a peak pay for DoorDash, I believe, on Monday night for me, that really, before you even start whatever shift you're doing, even if it is part-time, if you're full-time, like look at each one of the apps that you have just to make sure you know what's going on, because you don't want to really lose out on any incentives or bonuses or peak pays or so on and so forth, especially for those apps that are really, you have to do complete 5 orders to get X amount of money, complete 10 orders over 2 days and get X amount of money. To me, those are some of the best ways of increasing your money into your earnings. It's a good way to increase your dollar per hour. So, really go after some of these bonuses, be strategic about it. One thing I've learned in my years of doing this is sometimes I think I'm superwoman, which I totally am not, especially when I'm out there. And I think that I can complete like each one of the things that each one of these apps have to offer. And like I end up failing myself thinking that way sometimes, because sometimes it's just not realistic. So try to work with whatever bonus that's there that you can accomplish. And once you've accomplished it, then move on to something else, especially if, at least in my opinion, especially if you're multi-apping, because you might get, I'm making this up, 2 DoorDash orders, you might get, 2 Uber Eats orders, and you need 3 Uber Eats orders for a Quest, and then you decide to go to Spark and you need 4 or 5 orders on Spark and you only get 2, and you end up, you're getting money from each one of these apps, but you're really not completing any of the bonuses in order to achieve some of the extra money that they're paying you. So if that's one thing, like I can, really offer you guys, and what I've learned for me in my market is, I've learned to kind of take one bonus, and whatever the best one is, that's usually the one that I go with. Or I go with the app that's going to make me the most amount of money, even if the bonus isn't like the best out of all of them they have to offer. I go with whatever is going to make me the most amount of money for the time that I'm actually out there working. And sometimes these bonuses make me be out on the road less and be at home even more. So I'm sorry. This actually kind of made me giggle, maybe because I don't have this in my market. But Soda, Instacart is finally, I'm assuming you meant great. The 2 other grocery stores that took over Tops in my area are Piggly Wiggly and Grand Union. The Piggly Wiggly is what kind of made me giggle. I don't have a Piggly Wiggly in my area. I've heard of Grand Union though, but I've never heard of Piggly Wiggly. Ooh, this was interesting. So you saw an order today for Build-A-Bear on Shipt. Wasn't fast enough to accept it. I've never seen Build-A-Bear on Shipt. What I did see this week, and I dusted off my Roadie app this week because I can't tell you the last time I actually used Roadie. So I really wanted to see, because everybody in a lot of Facebook groups were saying that Rhodey has been big in their area in Walmart. And I'm like, oh, maybe Rhodey is in my Walmart as well. And I can kind of work Spark, Rhodey, and Point Pickup and kind of never leave the vicinity of Walmart. And no, Rhodey isn't available at my Walmart, by the way. It was really far away. Actually, Josh, I think it was available by you, just FYI, when I looked at the map. And maybe also, truth be told, it might be over by Mount Laurel too. So it might be something you want to look into for Rhodey. But anyway, they had a new chain in my area open. It was called Wild Fork. I've never been there. It's literally just opened maybe 2 weeks ago. And that was on Rhodey. This was a strange thing. And actually, if I had the time, I probably would have done it, but I didn't have the time to complete it. So let me know. You guys are going to have to let me know in the comments if you would have done this. It was $120. It was 96 miles. It was 5 drops for this Wild Fork, which is like a convenience salad type of place. I think they're like integrating like food and convenience into like one store. I don't know. I've never really been there before. But you guys are going to have to let me know, would you have taken it? If I had the time, I actually probably would have taken it. $120 for 96 miles. So it was going from my area to the very tippy bottom of New Jersey. So I just thought it was really interesting just because I haven't turned on Rhodey in a really long time. So, sorry, I know this was for Josh, but Sarah, you got 3 55-inch TVs into your car. I feel like that's really impressive because I was looking, like when I went to do the deals for days last week, they were like literally pallets, like lined up. Ready to go. So but I was looking at the size and I'm like, there's no way these are ever going to fit in my car. So I'm like, I have to stay away. But like almost every order that was coming in, even if it was like a stacked or even 3, they did a lot of 3 order drops last week, which I thought was interesting because usually they're like 8 and 10, maybe because the TVs are so big, but each one of them I couldn't take because there was actually a TV involved. So I'm impressed. Not only that, you got 3 TVs in your car. I'm impressed that you literally delivered 3 TVs. So my hat's off to you, Sarah, for taking on those 3 TVs. You know, Thomas, Gary did an amazing job. I I feel like I'm giddy. I feel like I need to like shrink a little bit. I wanted to put it higher, but if I put it higher, you couldn't see the whole sign. So you're gonna have to like deal with like my head in the way a little bit. But I just it makes me smile every time I see it. So you're on a wait list for Instacart. So keep on them. The one thing I can say, and the one thing I've actually learned, because I've been on wait lists. I was on a wait list for Spark. I was on a wait list for Grubhub for the longest time. Be persistent. That's the way I got. I was on Grubhub for a year and a half. And finally, I got tired of being on a wait list and I contacted them because they were running an ad on Facebook. Sign up for Grubhub and you can be a driver. So I messaged them on Facebook and this person got back to me right away. But then, like, you have to fill out a form. And I just literally submitted a form every day for 2 weeks straight. And then a week later, I got onto Grubhub. So I don't know if there was a coincidence, but the one thing I've learned through a lot of this is keep hounding and keep being persistent. So you had 4 40-inch TVs at once, and you drive a Honda Fit? Oh my goodness. Roomier than it looks. Then that is roomier than what it sounds. Okay, so maybe the 55-inch TV would have fit in my car if, Thomas, you're saying it fit into your Ford Focus. It's funny because the girl at Walmart said you should keep bungee cords in your car so you can walk away with some of these these TVs. And I'm like, that's actually not a bad idea. I probably should keep bungee cords in the car. I never really thought about it, but question, Kim, there a Macy's in your area? And if so, do you know anything about daily DoorDash batched orders? There is a Macy's in my area. Don't know anything about the daily DoorDash batched orders. No, I do not. I haven't seen one come across in my area. That's fascinating. No, I haven't. Um, well, the last time I actually got a Macy's order was actually, this is how, I don't know whether, but you know what? My mall isn't that busy at all. It's going to be going under a major renovation in the next couple of years. So a lot of stores have gone out. So it could be because my Macy's isn't that busy. But the last one I got was actually last Christmas, and it was for, I think, like, I want to say they sent it to me at like 11 o'clock in the morning, and it wasn't due until 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So I said, I was at Macy's anyway. I said, let me go check to see whether this order is ready, thinking that, okay, there's no way there. I'm waiting around for 2 hours. I walked in. I had asked the person where the pickup order was, and she pointed to the line that was wrapping around and down and around their aisle because they had their pickup and returns for Macy's all at the same location. And I canceled the order. I'm like, there's no way I'm going through all of that for a DoorDash order. And that's the last Macy's order I've ever seen on DoorDash. I was actually questioning if they actually still had Macy's on their platform, but I guess you saying that confirms that they actually do. Hey, Roy, I didn't even see you come in. How are you? I somehow missed you coming in. Ah, thank you. Thank you, Rodney. I really do appreciate it. Piggly Wiggly is a southern chain. Okay, I was not familiar with Piggly Wiggly. I'm like, what the heck is that? That's why it actually kind of made me giggle. Hey, John, how are you? Welcome. Okay, so yeah, so it was 96 miles. It definitely was a road trip. So I know there's a couple of people here from New Jersey. So it was going from Central Jersey all the way down to Cape May. That was the whole trip with 5 stops along the way. So I don't know. Did anybody? I didn't even look yet because I feel like I'm just catching up um with the chat. So Thomas, you said nope. Latoya, you said nope. It is a lot of miles, but think about it, $120. I don't know. Would be the money worth it? It's more than $1 per mile. It is a lot of miles. See, John, you might agree with me. Okay, so $128, so 96 miles, not bad. You might have gotten more tips personally from other people. Maybe I don't know. That's why, like I said, I'm like, I think I might have taken, if I had the time, I'm like, I might have done it. But between my daughter having half days last week and then her being off, I'm like, there's no way I could get 120 miles and back in time to do what I needed to do. So Thank you, Anthony. It is a beautiful sign. I am so super excited. Okay, so John, you did the math for me. It's $1.33 per mile. I don't know. At the end of it, you have $120. That's why I was like going back and forth. I knew you guys would actually say yes or no, and I would actually get a real true opinion off of whether you guys would do it. Yes, you do have a soft spot for Grubhub. So let's talk about Grubhub for a half a second. In my market, Grubhub has almost become like non-existent. It went from going from when Amazon like first rolled out, it went from within that partnership, it was going crazy. I was getting stacked orders. Like I was making some good money on Grubhub, and I'm like, maybe this is like the turnaround that Grubhub needs. And for like the past month now, uh, I'm like, where's Grubhub? I could literally leave it on for 2 or 3 hours straight and not receive one order. Granted, I do work off block. I don't work on block. But I'm like, Grubhub, where are you? And I at least used to get a couple of, Grubhubs here or there. Actually, let's play a game. Can anybody guess how much I did? I did do Grubhub last week. Can anybody guess how much I did on Grubhub? We can actually have fun with this. Yes, Anthony, it is. King of Prussia, Josh. Oh, that's a little ways away that's a little ways away. King of Prussia. Trying to think of how probably about I trained in the King of Prussia mall when I ran one of the department stores. So it took me an hour and 40 minutes to get there. So 2 liter Dr. Pepper. I don't know. That's a lot of Dr. Pepper, but cheers, Roy. But the King of Prussia Mall is an awesome mall. The Monmouth Mall, there are so many things going on with my mall. Hence why I normally stay away from my mall. So they're talking about completely redeveloping the Monmouth Mall. So I'll give you guys a little backstory, personal backstory, story time. So I used to be the store manager of the Lord and Taylor in the Monmouth Mall, and I closed down the store. I used to also have the JCPenney's in that mall, and that just closed in that mall. They're talking about completely transforming to the mall where they are almost going to almost tear it down and rebuild it and make it this like outdoor crazy shopping living area. So it should be really interesting. They're developing so much around my area. So how long have you been with DoorDash? I've been with DoorDash probably about 4 years now. I started part-time, and then I've probably been doing full-time gig work for a little over 2 years now. So that's interesting. So yeah, another gig tuber in Virginia has daily batches that drop at 2:45 and have multiple Macy's. But I've never seen orders. Would be great. It would be great for the holidays, especially if you're used to doing those types of orders, especially since Sarah, you do Spark. So it would be very interesting to see what those offers would look like. But no, I've never really seen that in Macy's before. But like I said, I really don't have a busy Macy's, so it should be that would actually be really cool and interesting. truth be told, this is a very good point about that order. It depends on how many dead miles coming back. I mean, I guess you could kind of dash along the way, but it would be all like it was literally all highway driving. So I don't know whether you would be getting orders doing highway driving on the way back, but then it would be a longer return back, but then it would be more profitable because you're taking more orders on the way back to get your profits even better. I mean, granted, then like in my case, I would only need $80 more in order to make my goal. So if you think about it that way, it's, it's definitely a way of doing it. Very interesting. Okay, so Sarah, you guessed $32. Nope, lower. Oh, interesting. So Grubhub gets good for you most during the weekend, not even during the weekend for my area. I don't, like I said, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Grubhub, but oh, yeah. So Nova is the one who, interesting. I've never seen that. You did $8.32 last week on Grubhub. Josh, you're very close to mine. So actually, I'll pull it up so you guys know I'm not lying about this. Let's see. Earnings. Okay, that's not making me lie. My phone froze. It's thinking. Hey, Cynthia, how are you? Welcome. Okay. Hopefully you guys can see that. Can you guys see that? $7.70. That's how much I did on Grubhub last week. Yeah. Grubhub. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on with it, but Grubhub has not been doing well for me. So anyway, so going back, are we prepared for the holidays? I feel like we kind of digressed a little bit, but just start preparing and start thinking about yourselves. I know for me, and once again, guys, I never tell you to do what I do. I just share with you what I do. Oh, I don't know, that sounded right. But I did start saving a couple weeks ago, probably in September, I think it was. I started saving a little bit each day. So that way, when Thanksgiving rolls around and Christmas rolls around, I am completely taking the day off. So I am not working next week on Thanksgiving. Are you guys working on Thanksgiving? Another thing I'm curious. I know, but Soda, you said you usually work Thanksgiving and Christmas because you're usually working the military base. But either that or did you work last year and it was good for you? Just curious. Yeah, Black Friday was not fantastic last. Yeah, it wasn't fantastic at all last year. I think maybe it's just me, but I don't know. But you know what? I'll say this, I didn't have catering or large order program last year. The one thing I'm curious about this year, because especially, since I am semi close to a mall, I'm just curious if I might get some large order or catering for like stuff going or, to retailers and actually for their employees. So I know I used to get Black Friday, or I should say Thanksgiving and Black Friday catered when I used to work in retail. So I don't know whether we would actually see those types of orders coming in for Black Friday. So you did 122. You totally beat me with my $7. But soda does work every day. That's actually kind of funny. Does work every day that begins with a Y. That's actually funny. What is everybody's favorite Christmas song? Mine is I Want a Hippopotamus. I love that song. My favorite Christmas song is Carol of the Bells. I love Carol of the Bells. But I feel like there's so many good Christmas songs out there. But that's mine. That would be really awesome if you can be pre-scheduled for some catering orders. I still need to get my butt into Gary to see whether I can. I was thinking, and I still need to do it. I want to apply for deliver that, but maybe Josh in your area to see if I actually get orders in my area. Oh, Tony, so your goal is to make 2K in 4 days. So are you talking like including Thanksgiving? So Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Saturday, and Sunday? Like you're all 4 days? I'm just curious. Oh, that's a good one, Sarah. That is a good one. I do like that one. Let Us Know by Boyz II Men. That is a good one. And I'm gonna be so cliche. I do like Mariah Carey's "All I Want for Christmas," so I will say that too. I'm kind of cliche. Yeah. And I'll probably completely date myself on this as well. I'll probably be embarrassed to say this, but I like the Wham song too, Last Christmas. I'm probably a complete dork for saying that. Oh, sorry. I am clicking my mouse because I'm clicking through. Sorry, I'm clicking through the comments as it's going through. Sorry about that. I'll try to look at the comments through my phone. That's actually kind of funny. So sorry for the clicking noise, guys. Sometimes I don't even realize it. Oh, that's your goal in general. Okay. So it's Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Well, I hope you make it, Tony. I hope you guys kick some butt. I know. I'm sorry, guys. I wish I would have known. You guys should have told me earlier. I'm so sorry. Sorry about that. Truth be told, are you joking with me, or is that actually a thing? Sorry, I have to click because I have to actually put it on the screen. Sorry, guys. Dr. Pepper is rolling out a new cake size container. Is that true? I'm actually just curious. I think the UDM song was absolutely fantastic. I know he puts his heart and soul into everything that he does. So I know the work that, goes into something like that. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. Oh, Sarah, definitely DM me. I'm actually really curious. Definitely do that. Thank you. You know me. I'm always looking for new things to try. You're just kidding. Okay, you totally got me on that because I'm like, really? They're doing keg size? I'm like, I. What actually came to my mind is like a water cooler size and like Dr. Pepper just coming down from the water cooler. Yeah, UDM song was absolutely fantastic. So UDM, if you're listening to this, hats off to you for doing an amazing job. He killed it. Um, yeah. Yeah, he, like I said, he puts so much work and heart and soul into a lot of things that he does and a lot of time, and really you can really tell by the stuff that he puts out, and also hence songs that he puts out. I was blown away. when he texted me the song. So, congratulations on a fantastic song that everybody is enjoying. Interesting. Okay. So anyway, Thanksgiving, Christmas, um, should be an interesting time of year. I can't wait for us to kind of share our stories. I have some of my Christmas shopping done, not all of it. I am, you know, I it's coming so quickly. Like I feel like I'm like checking off. Like even next week, I'm already thinking ahead of time. There is a place by me that has fantastic, amazing pies. It is like a farmer's market and a market, and they have like gourmet stuff, but they're known for their pies. So like I already thinking like that's what I actually bring to my parents' house for Thanksgiving dinner is the pies. So I'm thinking, I'm like, oh my God, I have to, find time to go and get the pies next week. Kim, what are you working the weekend of Thanksgiving? I am taking Tuesday off as normal. I'm actually taking 2 days. I can't believe it. I'm actually going to take 2 days off that week because I'm going to take off on Tuesday and I am going to take off on Thanksgiving. I'm not working Thanksgiving. I said once I quit retail that I was never going to work another holiday again unless it was on my own free will, not because someone was telling me I had to work. But I promised myself and my family that I would, as long as I'm not in retail, I would never work another Thanksgiving or Christmas. Granted, I never worked Christmas, but I said I would never work a Thanksgiving ever again. So those are my two commitments to myself and to my family. So I know 2 days off. Can you believe it? Like I literally have to. There's a lot of things, for me going on behind the scenes in my world and in my businesses. So like I need, Tuesdays off for a lot of that stuff and a lot of office stuff and paperwork and so on and so forth. So I get a lot of business related stuff done on Tuesdays. So like I need Tuesdays off. So I'm definitely taking 2 days off that week. And I am just so excited because I feel like it's the first holiday that my entire family is going to be together in 2 years, 3 years. How long has it been? So for me, I feel like I am just grateful. Since it's Thanksgiving, I'll say that I'm extremely grateful and blessed that I'm going to be spending the day with my family, and that's really important to me. Kindness for yourself. It is a form of kindness for myself. I'm taking time off, but yeah, Christopher, this is amazing advice. So thank you for sharing this. With the holidays coming up, please check on your friends and family. You never know what they're going through. So absolutely. Thank you for sharing that. That's awesome. I made a lot of money last year on Thanksgiving before my family came, went out from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. That's great. I feel like we have very I have traditions even on Thanksgiving that, like I said, it's the one day I promised myself and my family I wouldn't work. Like we always watch the Thanksgiving Day parade. Hopefully when my daughter gets old enough we can actually take her to the Thanksgiving Day parade. I personally have been to the Thanksgiving Day parade many, many times. So I just think it would be a lot of fun at some point to get her there and to see it and to see all the balloons. They are so much bigger in real life than they are on TV. But anyway, for right now, we watch the Thanksgiving Day parade. I make waffles and bacon and sausage in the morning, and then we go and spend time and have dinner with my family around like 1, 2 o'clock. And it's I feel like it's a jam-packed day altogether. Never a long trying to squeeze in any order that I possibly can, but it's definitely just something I promised myself. But I respect everybody's hustle and doing what you need to do. So if you're working, stay safe. Stay safe. Um, have take a little time for yourself. That's all I think. Take a little time for yourself on Thanksgiving. Yeah, do what you need to do. Thomas. Sorry, guys, I have to click to put Thomas's thing up there. Do what you need to do. That's what all gig workers need to understand. Yeah, everybody's situation is different. Everybody's life is different, and it really is um, the beauty of what we do. Like I said, thank you, Sarah. I did get it. I will read it as soon as we're off tonight. I will read through the stuff that you sent me. But do you? That's the bottom line. Is do you? If you want to work Thanksgiving, work Thanksgiving. If you want to, not work Thanksgiving, don't work Thanksgiving. Do what is right for you with you, whatever is going on in your life. And make money however you want to make money. That's kind of the bottom line. Josh, my it's one thing my husband's just like, I can't wait to watch football on Thanksgiving. I'm like, really? I'm looking forward to eating turkey. I'm looking forward to spending time with the family and, getting my daughter excited about Thanksgiving. And my husband's like, yeah, I can't wait to watch the Cowboys on Thanksgiving. And I'm like, really? But yeah. Thanksgiving for you is family and football. I think that's absolutely fantastic. Okay, so I can't believe it. Like, I feel like tonight like flew by. Like I like blinked my eyes and it's here. So guys, that's really all I have for tonight. I will be back here again next Tuesday. So don't forget to join me the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. Can you believe that? Tuesday before Thanksgiving. Oh, just boggles my mind. He would probably take you up on that. That's actually kind of funny. So me and your husband can go to AC. We can watch the games, eat good food, casino food. That would probably be like one of the best things for him. And talking about pre daughter when we had the luxury of doing this is we would actually go to Atlantic City on Christmas Eve because it was just my husband and I didn't have to be to like my family's or any family house until like 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So we would literally go to Atlantic City the night before, have a really good dinner because we were members at that point. So we would get a comp dinner, we would get a free room, so everything would be free, and then wake up the next morning and drive right to my parents' house. So we actually used to go to Atlantic City on Christmas Eve. Those days are long gone, but it was still a lot of fun going there for the holidays. So he would probably be in his glory and be right there along with you. So, okay, you guys, I'm going to be wrapping up. Thank you guys so much for being here today. Don't forget, there are 28 people here right now. If you haven't given this live a thumbs up, please do so right now before you leave tonight. It really helps get this live out to the YouTube community and really helps me continue to grow. So guys, and also, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. So, guys, if you're driving, please stay safe and healthy. Remember, kindness is always free. I love you guys, and I'll see you next Tuesday or in the next video. Bye, everyone. Peace out.